Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Car Juice. Today I'm going to be going over the 2024 BMW 5 Series. This car is equipped right at $69,000 and is available for sale at the BMW dealership that I work at, BMW Cincinnati North. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. So this is the mineral white on espresso brown spec on a 530, and I just really wanted to go over the new version of this 5 Series, as this car has been out for about a year now and I haven't had an opportunity to do a video on it. Why would you go ahead and buy a 540? 530 over a 540, that is. I would say specifically for the 255 horsepower 4-cylinder engine that gets 30 miles per gallon combined, up to 35 on the highway and 27 in the city. Our product trainer or our rep from BMW actually achieved up to 42 miles a gallon with how much highway driving he does, and just being an absolute mad lad, not using the AC, those kind of crazy things. Also, the 20-inch wheels look really, really good on this car. And you have the LED taillights that just overall just encompass this vehicle and make it very visible on the road at night. And it also has a very nice bright headlight design as well that corners around the edges of the road. And like the previous laser lights, actually features a very small blue diode down at the center of it below the LED there. The mineral white has tons of beautiful metallic flake inside of the paint, looks quite nice, and other nice things that I would like to point out on the outside of the car are the 4K cameras that are at all 4 corners if you opt it for the premium package. And then you've also got this radar sensor that's very seamlessly integrated into the dashboard and is surrounded by the $500 illuminated kidney grille, which looks especially cool in the i5s. However, on the 530, it is still cool, as most cars don't come with an illuminated kidney grille. In the driver's seat, you have BMW's new steering wheel design that is just a 2-spoke design for the wheel on both the M Sport and the non-M Sport models. The paddle shifters are a little bit disappointing and a little bit deflated compared to some of the other vehicles that BMW produces. However, this is a 530 and it's mostly designed for commuting rather than being designed for performance. It is quite nice to rest your hand here whenever you're driving this thing on the highway. And because this particular vehicle is equipped with the Driving Assistance Professional package, you have a very comfortable driving/commuting vehicle that gets great gas mileage. So this vehicle is 100% targeting the old school businessman that still has to go on his long trips, maybe a medical device representative or a utility type representative, those sort of things where you're putting a lot of miles on a car, you want a smooth drive, and you don't want to always be stopping for fuel. The Driving Assist Professional package, hands-free driving up to 85 miles an hour, in addition to the vehicle actually being able to turn lanes for you, which is so cool. And you have the standard Harman Kardon audio system in this car, and a ambient lighting system that actually has 17 different colors for you to choose from, which is quite nice whenever you're taking those long trips and you get ADHD bored and you want to start messing with things. Moving our attention to the seats, you have this beautiful espresso brown leather on the inside of the car. These are the Sensafin seats, so they are not real leather, but they are very, very high quality and very nice. I am a big fan of the new Veganza and the Sensafin and everything that BMW is coming out as far as the synthetic leather goes. These seats are super comfortable, and these are the active seats, so these bolsters will open and expand when you put it in sport mode, making it that much more comfortable. I would definitely recommend opting for the optional Bowers & Wilkins sound system if you're looking for this car yourself, as the Harman Kardon is fine, but it's missing a lot of that resonance from bass, and generally the mids aren't that good in this car. Moving between the driver's seat and the back seat, you have probably about 8.5 or so inches from the back of the legs to the front of that spot with a 5'8" driver in the driver's seat. If someone who was maybe 6 foot, you'd lose probably 2 to 3 inches of that, so still 5 inches of legroom with a pretty large dude in the front. Sitting in the back seat of the car, you've got plenty of headroom. I would say you probably have about 3 to 4 inches or so of headroom sitting at my height. and it's a comfortable place to be, especially with all of the charging and other auxiliary features available on this thing, such as a universal mount for both iPads or coat hangers, various different devices such as a keyboard. It can do basically anything. You also have USB-C both in the center of each seat back as well as in the center of the center console too, so you can basically charge whatever you want anytime that you want. And with more things switching to USB-C, there's basically no limit to that function as well. As you guys know, car go road, but our car also goes space. So you've got plenty of space here in the rear, with the ability of probably fitting maybe 2 golf bags side to side if they were shorter bags, which is quite nice. So definitely kind of a nice thing to have in regards to the storage capacity. And in human regards, I can basically sit in the back of this trunk, fully extend my legs without even being all the way there. So if it doesn't fit from front to back, you can probably fit it side to side, which is quite nice. If I wanted to close myself in here, that would be very easy, especially with the power folding tailgate. Or you can even just kick your foot right underneath the tailgate and the trunk will lower after flashing both LEDs at you. You do have to have the key in your pocket though, so it's not gonna work for me. I love how the power trunk just comes down automatically and just closes the back of this car. Let me know if you guys think this car looks like a Toyota Avalon or a new Camry to you. My coworker thinks it does. I don't think it does at all. I actually really like how the back end of this vehicle looks. But that kind of covers everything on the outside of the car. Let's go ahead and hop into the driver's seat and I'm gonna take you guys on a brief spin. Before we do take off, I do wanna point out, this is the non-Sky Lounge model of the 530. It just has a standard sunroof, no Sky Lounge package, which is a full glass sunroof that goes all the way to the front to the back and doesn't open. If it was me, I'd save the $1,000 and get the regular panoramic Sky Lounge or non-Sky Lounge sunroof option, just because I like being able to use my sunroof. It's one of my favorite things in a nice car like this. Okay, so inside of the BMW 530i, again, you're in a very, very comfortable cabin. You've got this quite nice steering wheel. It's generally just very comfortable, very easy to rest your hands in multiple different places. The climate control is quite nice with no visible buttons to be seen on the inside of the car, which is kind of cool, a little bit frustrating. You do have to get into the infotainment in order to do basically everything, such as the ventilated seats being for either side just on 2 buttons here. They do have 3 levels for both the ventilated and the heated seats, and in comparison to the last generation, this car is so much easier to use the ventilated seats as they are actually functional. Before, it was so hard for me to recommend to the customers to actually get the ventilated seats, as they didn't do a whole lot and they didn't work very well, and there was just like $500 basically just to, you would be better off just setting it on fire, as it just wasn't worth it. The iDrive 8.5 system is really nice to use. You have the advent of things like Digital Key Plus, which can basically eliminate the need of carrying a key with you. You just walk up to the car, you don't have to put it in some wireless charging tray anymore, and the vehicle will just let you start using your phone as a key, which is just really, really cool. You've also got plenty of pep with the 255 horsepower from this 4-cylinder. It's not like the fastest car in the world, but it basically feels about as fast as a Scion FRS, but it's not quite as good in the corners. Throw this thing into sport mode, however, even though it doesn't have the adaptive suspension, you activate Sport Plus and you actually get MDM mode, which is really cool. The 5 Series chassis on this generation is so daggone linear that it just feels really fun. So like, watch this. Like, you can toss the butt end out a little bit on this car, which is just really cool on a commuter type sedan. It's decent in the corners. You got a lot of the waterbed effect. This car has gone away from being that like nimble, sporty sedan that it used to be 20 years ago, but it's still pretty fun, and it's overall just got nice, cool features and technology, such as the ambient lighting that shows multiple different colors whenever you throw it into sport mode. It's got the M colors all over the interior. Plus you've got 17 different colors you can select from, and you can even change those colors using the intelligent personal assistant. Using your voice will change the color to whatever you want. You can put down the windows, do all kinds of cool stuff. You even have your own microphone in the back seat of the car, so if you've got your kids with you, they will be able to probably annoyingly so, use the personal assistant to do basically anything that they want, such as changing the lighting and those sort of things in the back of the car. But Sport Plus, it's got its nice things, like the fact that you can put it in MDM mode and slide it around corners and have fun. It also weights up the steering a little bit. However, most of the time you will probably want to drive this thing in comfort, as there is a bit of piped in audio noise that's just completely fake. It sounds just really raunchy. It just doesn't need to be there. And this car is designed to be quiet. Other than the turn signal and my annoying voice, you can't hear anything inside of the cabin. That's because it utilizes the mild hybrid system on this car to shut off at traffic lights and to get the vehicle rolling at low speeds. That's how it manages to get the lovely 30 miles per gallon EPA estimated range with just like a regular 4-cylinder, especially a turbocharged 4-cylinder that makes good power. The vehicle feels underpowered though. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, when you're driving an expensive car like this, you want it to throw you back in your seat. If you were comparing this to an M340, which is the same price, this car can't even touch it. Not in the straight lines or in the corners. So I would probably recommend buying the 540 if it was my own money. $70,000 versus $80,000. You're already spending a ton. Get the car with the better performance and better handling, because it will hold its value better. And just overall, it's probably a better choice. The 5 Series just looks really good. It's fun to drive, but the car has always been designed with a 6-cylinder engine in mind. Or if you're wanting to do something sporty but want to have a green thumb about it, you can also do the i5 M60, which is on the same platform as this car. It just has a 536 horsepower electric drivetrain instead of the regular 4-cylinder drivetrain with the 255 horsepower. It's fine. It's fun. The tech is great. The safety systems are great. The ventilated seats finally work. The heads-up display that's in the dashboard works really good as well. You can integrate that directly with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which is just really nice to have that much technology just easily at your fingertips. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much my review on the 530 Xi. Super fun car, little overpriced. If you get it a budget allowance from your work, it's probably one of the best vehicles that you can get for a territory sales rep that has to pay for his own gas or just is generally concerned about the environment. But yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something new. If you guys did, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. But yeah, without further ado, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Deuces.